Hey, hello there, everyone. Angela from Soapmaking Soliloquy and Alegna Soap here. So remember that Patchouli Clove soap I made on a live a few days ago? That is it. And it's time to cut the soap. So let's get started. Okay, there we go. All right, so first thing I have to do is clean my cutter because apparently the last time I cut, I didn't clean the strings. And I need to cut it into loaves first. So this is the big block of soap. My husband calls it an elephant bar of soap. And let me move this over here so you can see a little bit better how I cut this into loaves. Okay, so this is a huge block of soap, and I'm going to cut it here and here. And I'm going to do that by pushing the soap through like that. And we have one loaf. When we do that again, we get a second loaf, okay? And do it a third time. And we get a third loaf, and we get some scraps over here. And these I will use for samples. So if I'm making a soap for someone else and I get those scraps, that is what I use for soap for soup. So let's take this second large block of soap and cut it into the loaves. Got one there. I've got one there. This over here. Second one over here. And the third one like that. And then again, this is going to be for samples. And just cut them like that for now. And we stick them over here. All right. So that's done. You don't need that anymore. And I will move you back over here. Okay. So this is probably one of the few things my dad didn't make for me, is my soap cutter. And this will cut 11 bars of soap. And I'm just going to stick them over here. My dad did make those curing racks. They have a plastic screen at the bottom of them so that I get airflow on all sides of the soap. Because what we want, when the soap cures, we want the soap, the water to evaporate from the soap. All right, and then we're just going to clean these and do this 5 more times. So I woke up this morning and I don't know why. I have a feeling it's maybe weather related, but I woke up with a migraine. Usually if I have a cup of coffee, that helps, but that didn't help. And I took a walk this morning in the fresh air. That usually helps, but it didn't help. So I actually took my medication, sat down for an hour, and I feel much better. So sometimes those, you know what I've also got? I've also got my girlfriend Kathy made it for me. Her company was Karmic Alchemy, and I think she closed it, but she makes this muscle balm with menthol and some essential oils. And it's in like a shea butter, coconut oil base, I think. And I put a little bit of that on the back of my neck, and that did help. But I needed a little more than that for some reason. I don't know why. All right, so this one is done. I'm just gonna move it out of the way so we can fill this other one. So welcome. I don't know who you are. I can't see your names, but thank you so much for joining. So what I'm doing here is I'm cutting the patchouli soap, the patchouli clove soap that I made a couple of days ago on the live. I'm just cutting that into bars. And there you go. Nice, right? So we're just going to put it over here. And I was commenting that my soap cutter is the one thing that my dad didn't make for me. He did make my curing racks and my curing drawers. So it's kind of like every time I make soap, I really do see my dad. And we're gonna clean this. So the weather here on Long Island is definitely changing. I don't know if it's because of that hurricane that's coming up the coast. I kind of think it might be a little too early for that, but definitely it's like rainy and misty. I wonder if that's why I woke up with a migraine. Sometimes the weather affects me. Anybody else like that? You get a headache when the weather changes? Weird. So let's clean this off. Yeah, these are my old washcloths. So they're very clean, but they're very stained. So hello, Ash, and I can't see who you are. Hello, Ash, and whoever else you are. Thanks for joining me. So this is the last loaf that I have that I need to cut. So we'll do that here. And this is the Patchouli Clove soap that I made a few days ago on the live. Thought it might be cool to like finish, through and let you see what it actually looks like when it's done. So that's it. That's what it looks like when it's done. I actually wrap my soaps with a piece of material around them. In fact, hold on a second and I will show you. Okay, so this is the Patchouli Clove that is finished. So, oh, you traveled to Long Island a few times. Yeah, I'm happy on Long Island. I like it here. It's a nice place. We're close to the city, but far enough away from the city. Yeah, so I hope you had a good time with your family. So this is Patchouli Clove soap before it cures. This is Patchouli Clove soap once it's wrapped. So you can see this one is a little bit bigger, so you can really kind of see how it does. I don't know if you can see how it does sort of, the water evaporates and it does get a little smaller, but that's okay. We know that that's going to happen. All right. So, yeah, so Alpha Universe, that's a cool name. So where is your family on Long Island? I'm in Bethpage, so I'm pretty much on the border of Nassau and Suffolk, kind of dead in the center of the island. I'm a little closer to the South Shore than the North Shore, but yeah, I've lived here my whole life and I like it here. So anyway, that is it for today. I'm gonna put these soaps in the curing rack. They'll be ready in 4 weeks, and yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. I appreciate that I actually have someone to talk to when I do this. So if you haven't subscribed and you want to, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. That's really cool too. That's it. So remember to wash your hands and have a great week. Bye-bye.